right, welcome everybody back to the Boundless Perception podcast. Today we have another awesome cosplayer with us who goes by the name of heyr2a. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you for showing up. And so, do you want to go ahead and spell your Instagram for everybody?
Sure, guys. My Instagram is spelled HEYR, the number 2, and A.
Definitely check out her work. She has some amazing makeup, just characters, and you have to go see it. It's absolutely astounding. And we're actually going to be talking with you guys a little bit about makeup today because, as most of you know, I know nothing about makeup. So she's going to hopefully try to enlighten me and maybe anybody else who's listening who does not know anything about makeup. But before we jumped into that, do you want to tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Hey guys, my name is Rhea. I am 20 years old. I go to school at Eastern Michigan University, majoring in criminology, and I enjoy cosplay, face painting, and body painting
Man,
for the most part.
you gave us like the whole government profile there.
Well, I have no problem saying where I go to school. I'm in college, eh? It's literally a part of when I even go to an interview. I just say, hey, I'm in college.
Okay. And so where are you based out of?
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. What is like, I mean, how is the cosplay scene in Detroit? I don't know anything about cosplay in Detroit.
Compared to the other places I've been, I would say Detroit is a good 8 out of 10 when it comes to having a strong cosplay and anime community.
Really?
Yes.
I'm actually shocked by that because, I mean, you're, I think, the first cosplayer I've met from Detroit. Yeah, most of them I meet are, Virginia, and almost everybody is Atlanta. Um,
hmm
I don't know. Have you ever been to any cons down there in Atlanta?
Atlanta, yes. I go to AWA and Momocon frequently.
Wait, were you at AWA this year?
This year, no.
Oh, okay, because I was there
Yeah,
and I was
this
like,
year was the year I couldn't come, unfortunately.
what about Momocon?
Momocon, no, actually this year as well could have conflicted with another con I was starring at. So
Which con was it that you were starring at?
Dreamcon, we're located in Waco, Texas, ran by RDC World One.
Now, once again, another convention I've never heard of.
It's an up and starting convention.
Nice though, man. So you're out here making moves.
Always. I got to keep myself busy somehow.
Trust me,
It's something I'm love.
I completely understand. And so, how did you get into cosplay and the makeup and everything?
I've got into cosplay through being in the anime club at my high school. And then once I figured out, wait, it's other people out here that like anime. Because being a girl, one, people mainly thought I was doing it for clout or that I didn't know. They'd be like, okay, you like anime, but who was the first Akatsuki member to die? Like,
Is somebody really asking that?
Yes, actually. I got interrogated my freshman year of high school. I was like,
wow.
I like anime, but I'm not gonna hold you up. I really don't even remember, but I promise you I like anime. So after being in an anime club for 2 years, I actually became president and took the group to Yumacon, which I was going to maybe 2 years prior. That was since I was like 14, 15. So once I got there, the creative juices especially started flowing. I'm like, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to cosplay that. How did you make that? I want to recreate that. So it's all been history from there.
That's really awesome. That's like a very, I don't know, it's a very different story than what most of the people tell me. And I like that. It's like very cosplay centered. Some people are like, oh, my first con was, whatever con, I just went with a friend to check it out. And then I slowly got into it. But no, you just like dived in and you were already, always
I was already into it. I used to wake up early on Saturday morning to watch Sonic, Yu-Gi-Oh, CW for kids. That was my background.
CW was where it was at, man. These kids don't know nowadays.
At all.
And so what was your first favorite anime?
My the first show or first anime? Because the first show rather that got me, it's not really anime. The first cosplay I did came from Adventure Time. It was Marceline.
I haven't really watched Adventure Time. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I haven't made time, or I don't know.
Yeah, Adventure Time. I can't even trailed off a little bit once I found other anime.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I want to say it was Tokyo Ghoul. I
Okay.
remember doing Tokyo Ghoul as my actual anime cosplay, making the kagunes and everything and doing the face paint. That's actually the first time I did, no, besides Martian, that's actually the first time I did face painting to a detailed level because Kaneki has a really detailed face.
Are pictures of that on your Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, so definitely head over there and check that out. And
That's
I'll
actually my.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. I'm actually planning on recreating it because when I first did my face paints of Marceline and Kaneki, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like 15 years old. But hey, it gives you time to see how much I've grown, how much time I put into this in my craft.
Yeah, so that was what, about 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like,
So that's why I plan on redoing it to show growth.
mm-hmm.
As you will also notice, I did Dr. Facilier, the villain from the Disney show. Well, not Disney show, the Disney movie, The Princess and the Frog. I did
Mm-hmm.
him over recently to show growth and everything.
Yeah, I was looking at that picture right now, and I've always wanted to cosplay as him, but once again, I don't
Why?
know, it's hard.
Come on, you can do it. I
Well,
believe in you.
well, it's like, I want to take pictures, but then I want to cosplay too. And then if I'm in cosplay, it's hard to take pictures because then people want to take pictures with me, or I want to take pictures with people, but then I can't take it's too much. So I have to break them up.
I understand. It can conflict. Because I tried to do photography and I got sidetracked. I was like, wait, I kept on a mission to do this, but then I love cosplay, so I want to cosplay, take pictures. And,
I really
so yeah,
hate it. It's like you have to choose between the two.
honestly. And don't get me started on if you have a panel.
Oh man. I haven't unfortunately been on a panel yet, but I'm sure if I did, it would just take away from the amount of time I could take pictures. So I don't even know if I want to do one.
Mhm.
But then again, it's not like anyone asked me to anyway. So yeah. And so,
Yeah.
what is your next big makeup character? Your next big cosplay?
My next big makeup character as far as detail work,
Uh-huh.
I I honestly don't know yet. But I know something I am doing. I won't say it's a big thing. Will be the Gross Sisters with two of my other favorite makeup gurus. Shout out to Peach Milk. He is amazing. He also does face and body painting. And I don't want to butcher my first name, but is she black or orange? She also does makeup as well, and I'll be doing the Gross Sisters with those two from the Proud Family.
And you said peach milk. Is that Milk or Melk?
Melk.
Got it. Because I just looked her up now. No, I'm already following her. Peachmelk. So definitely check her out too. And who was the other person again?
Is she black or it's AZN? Is she black or AZN? If you look at my
Ah,
Power Rangers cosplay, well,
yep.
my Power Rangers face paint, I did a collab with her recently.
I see it now. She black ORAZN. So yep,
Yeah.
is she black or Asian? Yep,
Yeah.
got it. Well, very cool. I'm sure I will probably reach out to them too because their makeup is also ridiculous. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So now that we've got a few of the formalities out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into it.
Yay.
Yes. Tell me, okay, let's start slow because I don't want to, I can't swim yet and I don't want to get into water that's too deep. So, okay, what is the very first thing I need to worry about if I choose a character that has, elaborate makeup? Where do I start? What do I do?
First thing that I would do is go on YouTube and look up highlighting and contouring. Highlighting, for those who don't know, is just highlighting the key points of the face. So your face doesn't appear really flat. That often is the cheekbones, the nose, the brow bone, and the chin.
Mm-hmm.
And contouring is slimming or adding depth to your face, which is often around the nose and under the cheeks.
Okay. So that's step one.
Yes.
All right. So are you sure that's everything we have to do for step one? Nothing else?
I mean, you're not even touching your painting your doing your makeup yet. That's just
Okay.
so you know what you're gonna do.
Okay, got it. All right. So now we're ready for step 2. What's that?
Step two would be look, deciding if you want to do this simply for a photo or for a convention. If you're doing it mainly for a photo, then I would say do use Snazaroo paint.
Say that one more
Snazaroo,
time.
I said if you're doing it for just a photo to post on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
then I would say use paints like Snazaroo. But if you're doing it for a convention and you want longevity in your face paint or your artwork, your makeup, I would say use Mayron.
And could you spell those two brands?
Yes, Snazaroo is spelled Snazaroo, and Mayron is spelled Mehron.
Got it. Okay. And so why do you recommend these two brands?
Because these are the brands I primarily use. I use Snazaroo and Mayron together for almost all of my face paint and body paint looks. I recommend Mayron for longevity because Snazaroo, after a certain period of time, has a problem with cracking a little bit. But Mayron, I haven't had no problems with. They're great water-based face paints. So,
Okay. You
yeah.
said that's a water-based paint. What are the other paints based if they're not water-based?
It will be water based or oil based. Those are the only experience I've had with
Okay.
face paints. I don't use oil based personally because I have oily skin and I'm not trying to look like a lollipop in water. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's step 2. All right. And now step 3.
Before you apply any face paint, makeup, foundation, like just makeup, I would recommend getting a primer. A face primer helps the makeup lay smoothly and evenly over the face. If you don't use the primer, then let's just say it shows. It shows a lot because it won't be as smooth, or you will have to put extra amount of makeup over, well, foundation over.
hmm hmm Okay.
Mhm.
So what exactly does a primer do? I mean, obviously it just gets the makeup ready so that it looks better or
A primer makes your face smoother.
okay.
It gives a clean look.
Got it. Okay. And so do you have any pictures maybe that show without a primer so that people can get an example?
No.
No.
I'm
You don't
looking
want that look
at
out
like,
there.
no, that's not a good look. I promise you.
Got it. Okay, okay. And so which brands should we be using for primer again?
Primer, you can use honestly any brand like Ruby Kisses. You can use Nickak, Nickak, New York. You can use Maybelline, CoverGirl. Primers are universal. Well, it doesn't matter where you get your primer from. They all get the job done. Just make sure it's a hydrating primer, especially if you have dry skin. My
hmm
skin is combination, so it's oily and it's dry.
hmm
So I always make sure my primers have hydration, so my face doesn't get too dry.
Okay. And so I forgot before we get too far ahead, how much are we looking at approximately for each of these items for the primer and then for you were saying like the water-based makeup versus the oil-based, like how much are we looking at?
Makeup palettes range from $7 to $100 if you're talking about multicolor. My face paint palette, I have the single circle palettes from Snazaroo. Those are $8, I want to say. The eight the 8 pack makeup palettes are $15 to $25. And if you're talking about a 30 color face paint palette, that will be $100.
Okay.
Eyeshadow palettes vary upon brand by brand. I have a 23 color eyeshadow palette that, for example, I simply got from the Beauty Squad, and that was $10 to $12. The more popular the brand, the more expensive your palette's gonna be.
And so with that idea of like, popularity, does it really make that much of a difference between the $12 brand and the $100 one and, the different name brands, like, or is it more so, like a marketing gimmick?
I say it's both because there are some brands out there that do offer the same quality as the $12 brands. But for example, my New York 23 Perfect Matte palette isn't going to compare to a palette from the crayon case for the fact that the crayon case is much more pigmented. And you can see that in the price. Like crayon case palettes are $30 roughly.
Hmm.
Well, the one I got it on sale was $30 roughly. So yeah.
Okay. And so being a cosplayer of color, do you want to, I guess like recommend any specific for other cosplayers of color? Because I feel that sometimes they may have a bit of trouble finding makeup to match their skin color.
Okay. For eyeshadows, I would recommend Nazara Beauty Cosmetics. I recently used their glitters in my Care Bear look, my bedtime bear look, I want to say. And their palettes are pigmented. I'll also recommend the Crayon Case because their palettes are also pigmented as well, and they'll show up nicely on our skin.
Hmm.
As far as foundation goes, I'll recommend CoverGirl's Full Spectrum. That's what I use. And it's all day shine free foundation.
All day shine free foundation. What does that mean exactly?
Well, all day means that this foundation will last you all day because some foundations you have to go in the bathroom every couple hours and touch up your makeup, reapply. You don't have to do that with this foundation.
Okay.
Shine free means if you have oily skin, you don't have to worry about that because it covers that. You're not going to have a shiny face when you get done. It's matte, which is, yeah.
Got it. Okay. And so, that's just taking all this in. And I'm not like I'm probably actually only getting about 5% of everything you're saying.
Hey, I'm gonna be like I'm not even I'm not 1000% on makeup. I just know what works for me and what doesn't work from
Mhm.
my experience. Cause I dabble in a little bit of everything, so I know what works and what doesn't.
Nice. Okay. And before we go on to step 5, I was wondering what has been the most difficult character for you to create?
The most difficult character for me to create,
Hmm.
as far as what
Oh,
makeup
yeah.
wise, face painting wise,
Yeah,
sewing
face painting.
wise, face painting. Sorry. The most difficult character for me to create face painting wise, I would have to say at first was my I'm sorry. It was my Thanos.
Why was that one the most difficult?
Thanos was a bit difficult because at the time, even though it was just for a photo, I had bought a new set. Well, I tried a new face painting brand and I didn't really like the overall look. I still posted it, but I didn't really like the overall look. And I was still testing the waters with trying to make lines even, and things like that. Just basic line work is often difficult,
Hmm.
but that comes with practice.
Okay. And I'm sure you've almost just about mastered it by now from looking at your Instagram, it seems.
Yeah, things like that. It also like as far as mastering things, like I said, that takes time.
Hmm.
Yep, you just the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Of course, yeah, just like almost everything in life, except
Yes.
for those prodigies. I just I can't stand those people. But
Something else that was difficult for me was my Venom that I actually also did with Is She Black or Asian? So then that was when I also along the lines of 2000, I want to say 2018 when I was starting to get my feet wet with face and body paint.
hmm. And why was Venom so difficult?
Because the way I did it was like half of my face, and I tried to create the illusion of the mouth open on the side, and then the white lines. They weren't even. It still bugs me to this day, so I'm gonna recreate it. But the lines wasn't even. I literally just rushed that look. In all honesty,
Hmm.
just to have something to upload for today. And
Hmm.
I've learned not to do that. As much as I would like to be consistent, this goes out for other people who try to post every day. People tend to appreciate quality more so than quantity. If your work And if your work is clear, if the photo's clear, if everything's sharp, precision, if it looks nice,
Mm-hmm.
then I would recommend taking your time doing that and upload it maybe on Tuesday instead of trying to rush it just to have something to post on Monday.
Got it. That's really smart, actually, because I know everyone always just
That's
thinks it's
what
just
I
push,
used to.
push.
That's what I used to do. I used to just honestly sometimes rush through things just to have something to post,
Yeah.
and I've learned not to do that.
And how long have you been? You said I know you said you've been doing it for about 4 years, but I guess how long have you been actually posting on Instagram?
I've been posting on Instagram as far as face painting goes since 2017.
Okay. Wow, actually
Yeah.
not that long.
Yeah, no, not that long at all since I graduated high school.
Man, and you're already up to
To,
like,
like I said, perfect my skills. And that's one reason why I don't delete my old face paint looks, no matter how bad they are, because I want people to go on the journey with me. Say if you want to see my older photos, you can still do that and to see how far I've come. Most people I know, once they get really good, they delete their history. They delete their old photos because they want either their page to be more professional with perfect looks, or they don't want you to see their older self, which I never understood.
yeah, I definitely like personally the journey. I still have some pictures of when I first started taking them, and Jesus Christ, were they bad. But, I mean, they were absolutely terrible. But, it does show where you've come from, and hopefully it can inspire people to where they can go. So
Right.
that's why,
That's
yeah.
all I want to do. That's all I'm here for, to inspire other people, to help, give tips,
Hmm.
anything like that.
And so how much, I guess, do you go through in one session? If you buy a $8 palette, how much of that would you go through when making one character until you have to buy another palette?
I can probably you can get a lot of characters out of a palette. I love an 8 face paint palette, maybe over 100. It depends on how
Wow.
much of one color you're using. If I'm doing a cosplay of Connie, the hormone monsters, which I also done, I'm gonna run out of yellow faster than if I was just doing a cosplay for Hufflepuff and
Mhm.
incorporating the color yellow. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Mhm. Mhm. That
So it's
makes
all
sense.
about how much paint you're using per character.
And so do you basically plan your character so that you don't run out, like not two yellow characters, not two to black back-to-back blue characters?
Yes. I
Okay.
don't try to do the same color back to back. I try to mix it up also to create a fresh feel. Like I'm
Mhm.
not gonna just do a whole row of Stitch, Bedtime Bear, and another blue character that I can't think of. But
Maybe
yeah,
no,
yeah,
not Nebula. There we go from
Nebula.
yeah,
I'm
Guardians
not
of the
gonna do.
Galaxy.
Ironically, I did a Nebula cosplay, face paint for the movies.
Yeah.
When I went to the movies, I did that. But I'm not gonna do all those back to back because then you're gonna be anticipating it, and because I'll run out of blue much more faster.
Mhm. That makes sense. Okay. And so, okay, yeah, we did get sidetracked a bit. So now I think we were on to step 5.
Step 5, once you figure out
Yes.
the foundation and eyeshadow and all your makeup that you want to use, after you apply primer, the first thing that you do, well, the first thing I do, I'm not going to say the first thing that you do because
Mhm.
I'm not a prodigy. I just know what works for me. I do my eyeshadows, my eye makeup first. I do my eye makeup first before anything else because I'm heavy handed. I don't want to do foundation first and then eye makeup because if I have residue from my eye makeup and it gets on my cheek and I rub it in, then my cheeks are going to be purple, pink, whatever. And I have
Mhm.
to go back and start all over.
Mhm.
So eye makeup, I would recommend you do that first, whether it's your actual eyelids, your lashes, and your contacts.
Okay.
But in a better order, you will put your contacts in first, do your eye makeup, and then put on your lashes.
Speaking of contacts, that's something I definitely want to start incorporating into cosplay as I do, but man, am I terrified of them. Just
You remind
sticking
me of
anything
my
in your eye. Ugh.
you remind me of my friend that also Detroit and cosplay here. Cosplay here. She cannot get her contacts in to save her life.
I mean,
It's just open your eyes, okay?
no, I can't. Like, I mean, snakes don't scare me. Spiders, needles, whatever. For some reason, I am like deathly terrified of sticking something in my eye. I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm gonna go blind instantly. Like, I know the contact's gonna hit my eye. I'm gonna go blind, and then I'm gonna have to explain to the doctor why I was putting blue contacts in, and I gotta go to the ER and makeup. Like,
Not that deep. Come on,
yeah,
now.
exactly.
But honestly, the easiest way to put contacts in is once you center the contact, just look yourself in the face in a little mirror and slide it in from the corner. You would never want to push it in directly because that's probably what's scaring you. You see your finger coming towards your eye, in the middle of your face. But if you do it from the side, you can just slightly see your finger, and then it's a matter of just rolling your eyes or looking over for the contact to adjust.
Oh my gosh! And then how do you take it out?
Taking it out, yeah, you will. This is gonna terrify you, but because I'm used to it, I'm not scared of putting my finger in my eye.
Oh,
I just grip it from the front, slightly pinch it and pull it off. It's not hard.
Gosh.
But for new people, you could also move it to the side and just pull it off from there if you don't want to see it.
Maybe someday I'll work up to it. And then, like, I don't even know which brands to use. I'm like, I don't trust this brand.
I can help you with that, too.
Yeah, who?
Good brands or good contact brands that I've used are Unisco, Lens Supermart. Unisco is UNIQSO. Yeah, okay. SO. Lens Supermart.
Just Lens and Supermart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mainly get my contacts from Unisco though. My toga contacts I've got from there, and my pink contacts I've gotten from there.
And how many times do you get to use those?
I use my contacts daily because I have characters that require contacts. Like right now I'm working on Maruko, the rabbit hero from My Hero Academia, and I have red contacts in. But because the contacts are just plain red, I can also use them for Bakugo if I want to do a film Bakugo, which it is. So if I happen to have a character who has blue eyes, yellow eyes, slanted eyes, they come in handy. But if I get a character with purple, I don't have purple contacts. I sometimes order them if I have the money, or I just do purple eyeshadow to create a purple illusion with my eyes.
And how much are like a pair of contacts?
I have prescription contacts. So with Unisco, my contacts were $15.
Oh, wow.
They're really inexpensive.
Yeah.
They range. Like, it depends on the design. If you want like regular pair of red contacts, they shouldn't cost you no more than, depending on the brand, $20-$25.
Wow, that's a lot cheaper than I need to look into this.
And though they're for prescription contacts. Like, I know one of my eyes is like worse than the other, so yeah.
I think I'm just gonna have to go to the ophthalmologist and be like, listen, I need you to show me how to put these in because I'm scared.
They'll show you, but you're still gonna be scared. Like, you're still gonna jump when you see your eye or close it on the instinct.
See, I guess it's overcoming that.
You got this. Come on, it's not that hard. I believe in you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad someone does. All right, and so, okay, we were on step 5. Okay, I've already forgot them. Can you count the steps? So from 1 to 5.
The first thing you should do is, before you want to start a face paint, body paint look, is go on YouTube and look up how to highlight and contour.
YouTube, okay.
Yeah, or go on YouTube and this is what I do. Let's see if anyone has done the same look you're going for. For example, if you want to do a ripped candy cane across your face, hashtag face paint on Instagram, or go on YouTube and look up ripped candy cane effect makeup. And just study how the person did it. After that, you want to gather your products, which will be your paints from either Mayron, sponsor me, or Snazaroo.
Okay.
After that, you want to go to your nearest beauty store, whether it's a beauty supply, whether it's CVS, whether it's Macy's makeup section, and get primers, eyeshadows, and at least a foundation.
Mm-hmm. And does
And
that
that's it.
catch us all up? Okay.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. After that, first thing I do when I'm doing any makeup look is my eyebrows, my eyes, contacts, and depending on the look, I would start drawing an outline,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I do for most of my face paints. I draw an outline, and then I color it in. After I color the look in or get done with painting my face, my body, then I highlight and contour. If you're using face paint, the best highlight for you would be white. Just use the color white, whether it's a white eyeshadow, whether it's white face paint. Just use white under your eyes, like for your nose, on your chin. Contouring, you could use eyeshadow in a darker shade of whatever you're doing. Like if you're doing blue, use a dark blue along your under your cheeks for the contour, along the sides of your nose for the contour.
Mm-hmm.
And then you will blend it in. And that's basically it. This is what I do. I promise you, this is just what I do. That's it. Some people say that eyelash is for last, especially if they're doing eyeliner. I don't. I just get done with my eyes all at once, so I don't have to worry about it.
Okay, you kind of like section it off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boom.
And so what would be a good starter character for somebody? You know, I'm not sure if I really want to get into this real deep. You know, I want to just buy a little bit of makeup and see how it looks. Like, who would I go for?
If you're trying to just see if you're good with just doing, you're saying just like a little bit of eyeshadow along the eyes, that can apply to Diane. Because for Diane, what I did is this regular foundation, highlight and contour, and just put a little gold on my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Some people aren't ready to dive in with the full face. Or you could do half a face. You could do one side of your face in black and white, and the other side in full color, which I've also done on my page.
Man, that'd be really, I didn't even thought about that. That's really cool.
Yeah. What the full color does is show you, like I said, how you can highlight and contour, how pigmented your eyeshadow is. And the other side, black and white, mainly helps you with highlight and contour. So you can see the key points of your face and where you should sculpt it at. Because that's all highlight and contouring is sculpting your face.
Okay. Once again, never even thought about doing that either. Like just halving it and just seeing how it goes. I mean, I'm sure if I ever do something like this, I'm gonna get somebody else to do it.
Nah. One look for sure that I see often on Halloween, which isn't hard to do, that if you just want to get your feet wet, especially as a skull, you could just do the mouth part of a skull, the full face skull, because the skull would teach you all about highlighting and contouring because you're only using two colors, primarily black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put a light on the skull, if you were to put a light on the skull, you'll see where the highlight should go, where the contour should go. Same with your face.
Okay. And so, I don't know, I guess like this is all a lot for me to take in right now, because I actually, even while you were talking, I was like looking up some of these brands and stuff. I'm like reading like the reviews. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just like so much to just take in right now. But I'm loving it. You know, I love to learn new things and other people who are just like passionate about their craft.
Yeah. And it's not expensive. They're all very affordable. Mayron, Snazaroo, Ben Nye, Diamond FX. These are all affordable face paint brands.
Okay. And so, what is something you wish you would have known before you dived in? That, you know, if you could go back in time and you tell yourself again, like, you know, you should do X, Y, and Z first, or, you know, not do this.
Taking my time and making an outline really helps. Because some people don't make an outline. They just start freehanding and then you notice your proportions are off, like, by a lot, especially if you're drawing like a skull or doing the snake, trying to wrap it around you, the proportions are going to be all off if you just start going with black, green, freehanding.
Okay.
So yeah, always just take your time and make an outline for yourself.
Make an outline and take your time. All right. And so
also use the correct brushes. You can use face painting brushes. That'll help. That's what they're made for slick angles, tight curves, and everything. Because they do have, when you get a kit of face painting brushes, they all have different sort of brushes. One could be used for angling. One is used for to cover large areas. One is used for detail. Just when you get get brushes for what you're trying to do.
Get brushes out. Okay. And do those come in sets?
Yes, they come in sets of ranging from 6 to 25.
Oh, brushes, not dollars.
Brushes, yeah.
Okay. And how much?
You're talking, because I sometimes order mine from Amazon, and I do get them at the beauty supply. They can range from $8 to $30.
Okay,
It
so
just
once again, a
depends on
wide
how
range.
many. Yes, it just depends on how many brushes you would like in a particular set.
That's not. It's really not as expensive as I thought. Because like the only makeup I've ever bought was actually for an ex, and I bought Fenty for her, and that was just ridiculous. So I always I just assumed like all makeup was like in that price range. It's like, this is ridiculous. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, no. It's like I said, it's inexpensive if you know where to look. Amazon, your best friend. Wish for makeup brushes, your best friend. Beauty supply for foundations, eyeshadows, concealers, highlighters, your best friend.
Best friend also.
If you're on the budget. Like if you ever
Which
need
most
advice
of
on
us
where
are.
to find, if you ever need advice on how to do makeup on the budget, cosplaying on the budget, I'll be here for that. My DMs are always open. So.
Yes, I'll thank you again for actually responding, because a lot of people don't. I'm like, I'm not trying to do anything crazy or weird. I just want to see if you want to be interviewed.
Yeah, a lot of people don't respond to their DMs. I try not to be one of those people. So yeah.
So I gotta ask you, how crazy do your DMs get?
Pretty wild.
Yeah. That's why I always figure, because when people don't respond, I'm like, oh, they must be getting like crazy DMs and they've gone on like a no answer DM streak or whatever.
Yeah. But the good thing about it is Instagram finally has like a thing where you can switch from primary to general. So I can always rank if I will move messages that I know I can answer later or don't want to answer at all to a different section.
Oh, did not know that was an option. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. And so, okay, I think that covers a lot of questions that I have about makeup in general. What am I missing? Is there anything I'm missing?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
What? What is something that you also just want people to know with regards to doing this?
Practice and patience are big key pipes, and I'm still working on the patience because some looks, okay, this contradicts heavily, but some looks take 2 hours, some looks take 7 hours, some looks I do before work, some looks I do after working all day, I come home and do. It's just a matter of patience to take your time. Because, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Finish, please.
I was going to say because, like I said, some days I don't post. But if I really wanted to post, I could always rush, but the work wouldn't be as good. I don't want to give what I deem bad content to you guys.
That makes sense. Quality over quantity, as we were saying earlier. And so I was actually wondering that too, because I see, not so much about quality over quantity, but do you actually just like, come back from a day of school and literally just put on makeup for like a 10-minute shoot and then take it all off?
Yes.
Wow, that's dedication.
Yes, most of my looks I do, even like if it's a simple eyeshadow look, I do it to promote smaller brands and just to face paint, just do the look. I don't do it because I'm going somewhere or do it every time I have a convention.
hmm It's just like a hobby for you, so that's what you do, and you just practice.
Yes.
Yeah, because I always definitely wonder that, because I see a lot of people who do makeup and things like that or cosplay. I'm like, are they going somewhere? Like, well, why are they? Do they just come home and just do this? Because it's like, man, that's dedication.
Yeah, I just come home and do it because I always want to perfect my skills every day, get better.
hmm Okay. And so, what are your overall goals? Like, where do you want to go with this?
I aspire, as far as my face paint, body paint, cosplay, I just want to inspire others. I want to inspire others, start my own foam line. Sounds cliche, but mainly just inspire other people to do it. I don't wish to be cosplay famous. I'm fine with just being well known. I don't aspire to be the biggest and the best and compete. No. This is literally just a passion, a hobby. If that happens, I'm not gonna shy it away. I'm never denying my blessings. But that's just not my goal. I'm fine with being well known and not famous. That's what I consider myself to be right now. I'm just well known.
Yeah, stay humble. I like it. Because I know a lot of people, man, I feel like it goes to their head, and I'm like, just maybe humble it down a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But shoot, I'm not gonna lie, I want to get up to that point too, where I have to become humble again.
Yeah.
But I think all in due time, all just, with practice, like you said. But,
Yeah.
all right. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I really wanted to discuss with you? We've actually done like a good, we've dove in
Hey.
pretty deep to this.
You guys be anything as far as making props for my cosplay or anything like that?
Yeah, so you do like the whole Shazam, right? You do sewing, you do armor building, you do all of it, right?
Yes.
How do you, I guess, find time to perfect everything?
I just do it when I can, whether it's be on my days off, whether it's after work, whether I have time before work. I work on things little by little,
hmm
and I also use patterns from other cosplayers and tips from other cosplayers.
hmm
My knowledge is just knowledge I pulled from what I've tried and failed at, and knowledge that other people have given me.
Very nice. Do you have any mentors?
Do I have a mentor? No.
No.
Everything as far as face and body paint, I taught myself how to do this self-taught.
Very nice, man. Like just for me, like photography, it's pretty much self-taught, and there's been some ups and downs of what does and does not work. But for the most part, I think it's been a pretty decent journey. And I guess when you do actually teach yourself, you learn a lot of things compared to when you are like just given everything. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I do feel the journey takes a lot longer when you're figuring out for yourself.
Yeah, you learn, you can see. That's one thing that I'm glad some people offer are tutorials. They show you step by step and they explain what to do. The
Mhm.
power of YouTube, honestly.
Yeah, man, YouTube is like, I'm telling you, changing the world. I feel like
Mhm.
if there's two things that are going to unite the world, it's Pokemon Go and YouTube. Like those two, I'm
Pokemon Go
telling
got
you.
everyone out the house, so yes, I
I
believe
mean,
that.
every race. I mean, yeah, like oh gosh, I really missed those alpha days of Pokemon Go. I mean, there was every race was playing with each other. There was no hate between anyone. Mythical creatures were getting equal rights. It was just perfect. But uh, maybe they'll come back again soon.
Yeah.
So you said your next convention is Katsucon, right?
Yes, my
Mhm.
next convention will be Katsukan.
So who are you bringing to Katsucon?
I'm bringing. Mash, Satsuki and Todoroki, the Katsu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing a Toga Deku mix. I'm bringing a gender band Zenetsu.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm bringing a surprise cosplay.
Very nice. I'm definitely going to have to see, or hopefully get a lot of them photographed. And then, of course, like I said, I'm adding in video
Of
too.
course.
Yes, that's all big plans for this year when it comes to cons.
And for this year, I planned on dabbling with LED lights. So I probably will have LED lights in my cosplay.
Yeah, I'm pretty decent friends with Lamont, and I don't know if you Never Ending Dreams cosplay. I would say we're
No.
pretty good friends. Oh, well, anyways,
Yes, you
he
gave me a new
does.
cosplayer to learn now. Okay, no, keep talking.
Yes, he does really, really good work. I mean, just some of his things are just mind blowing, and he does LED work too. And definitely, I don't know, check out his work and
I
hit him
will.
up because yeah, it's phenomenal. Some of his stuff.
I will. I will. Another Detroit cosplayer that I actually do know and does nice LEDs is Nika Strophic.
Nika, let me look that
Nico,
up. Nico.
like catastrophic. Just to
Uh-huh.
put it on it. Nico Strophic.
Got it. Nico. It's not coming up.
Neko Strophic.
Got it. Yes. And actually, I'm already following her. There's like so many people I'm following that, I've never met in
Yeah, and
person, but
she's a Detroit cosplayer as well. You actually do know a few Detroit cosplayers. Or followers, it
apparently,
sounds like.
and what's crazy is like, I just wish, I mean, I'm not a city person. I don't really like to be in large cities for a living, but it seems that's where everyone is because I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I always say this, like,
It
yeah, I
seems
know
like
there's,
her Asian is out there.
is she?
I want to say North Carolina, yes.
I need to reach out to her because I'm always looking for people to, go do shoots with, just because my favorite is doing shoots outside of cons because that's when you can get creative. You can use, yeah,
Exactly. I wish it
smoke
was more
bombs.
photographers here.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm always looking for someone to just express more creativity because I'm so limited at cons. They're like, oh, don't shoot here, or oh, you can't, set this on fire. I'm like, hey, if I want to set something on fire, that's my business.
Right. Especially if it's just for shoot smoke bombs, everything.
Say that again.
Smoke bombs as well.
Oh, I would love to use them at conventions, but yeah, I've used them at other shoots. They're called oh, what is the name of them? Enola Gay smoke bombs. I love using them, and they're actually kind of pricey, but you can't beat the effect.
Right.
And of course, you can always go back in and add in the smoke via Photoshop, but that takes away a lot of the fun for me. I want to,
Live in the
yeah, like I said, light things on fire.
moment.
So we are definitely gonna have to do a shoot at Katsu though. I am very
I'll
amped
be
for
down for
this.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm
this is my first
excited.
year.
Oh, okay. You're in for
hmm
a treat then.
hmm Oh, I'm hoping. Is it as good as Momo?
Yes.
Ah, Momo was mind blowing. So.
Did you do you go to Blurred?
Oh yeah, I was at BlurCon.
Okay. I was too.
Where
That's
were
where,
you?
yes. I was part of, I don't know if you saw it, but I was with the East Compton Clovers group. Me and my friends did a whole
I
trip.
did.
Yes.
You know what? I saw them, but I don't. I guess I didn't know you. So.
Yeah, you did know me.
Yeah. Yeah, I only got a picture of one of them though. I never got you guys all together as a group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I also was Connie. I did in Team Rocket with one of my other friends.
I don't think I saw that. I'm gonna have to go back and look through my pictures. Sometimes it turns out that like I've taken pictures of people. This happened actually with another cosplayer. His name is Don the Blasian Demon.
I know that. Yes, I follow.
Yes. And I took his picture maybe about 3 years ago at AWA. And
oh wow.
yeah, and so I was like flipping through some old pictures one day, and I was like, holy crap, like now I know this guy, but I didn't know who he was then. So that always ends up happening when I go back and look through old pictures. I'm like, man, I took pictures of this person a long time ago, but I didn't know them. So yeah. Anyways, that's off on my tangent. So,
Okay.
well, actually, we've already been talking for more than our allotted time, but I feel the conversation's going so well.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's
Yep.
okay.
Well, let me ask you for the last little bit here. Who do you look up to in the cosplay world?
Who do I look up to in the cosplay world?
Hmm.
I look up to Kenpatsu cosplay. I aspire to my friends too. Nika Strophic, is she black or Asian?
Hmm.
Shakalaka Energy, Black Crystal cosplay. All P- Mind the Kenpatsu, all POC cosplayers, by the way. Um,
I love it.
Pretty much everyone I come across to in a certain degree because I can learn something from everyone.
Hmm. I like that. Always just looking to learn more.
Yeah. Learn more, perfect my skills. Hey, even share some knowledge with them if something slipped their mind or if they need help with something.
Got it. Got it. Always growing the community too.
Hmm.
Trying to. If everyone
I
just links up.
encourage people to cosplay.
Oh, well, I think that will unfortunately just about do it. I know I could talk to you for hours and hours, but unfortunately, life must go on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I would like to thank you so much again for taking time out of your day to talk to us.
I would like to thank you guys for having me.
It's no problem. And I look forward to finally meeting you actually at Katsucon.
Same here. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm sure. All right. Well, thanks again. And until next time, stay boundless. Everyone have a good afternoon. See you later.